Your real estate agent is telling you don't need a property tour. That's totally just one of those things that you see on TV, but you don't actually need if it's listed by me. Or it's currently listed and you're telling the agent to say, hey, listen, why don't you put a little video around this? And they say, no, it's not that big of a deal. We just need photos and descriptions. Here's 10 reasons that I'm gonna bring up as someone who's been doing property tours for 10 years, over 10 years, and I've done hundreds of videos around properties. The reasons why you definitely, and it's required in today's market, to have a property tour. Number one reason is they need a layout flow. There are photos and floor plans that can go just so far where they're trying to piece together the home in which you live in. The bigger the house, the more complicated it is, especially if you just have this wide angle shot of a dining room or of a bedroom or of a kitchen, or is that the first kitchen, the second kitchen? Is that the bathroom? Is that the primary bathroom? Is that the basement? Is that downstairs? Is that the living? Is that the dining? Especially when it comes to either a vacant house or house that has multi-levels where you're essentially having the downstairs that leads to the outside has a kitchen, like my cousin, and then you have an upstairs that has a kitchen that's for the family. So this is an area where people cannot piece together your house. And when it comes to the apartment, they want to know, walking into an apartment, how does the apartment flow from the front door? How does a house flow into the backyard, from the garage, from the front, from the stoop, from the porch, from the balcony, from wherever you are? They want to know how to get around. What is good and bad? Is there a lot of light? Is there a lot of hallway? Actually, it's better that it's on video because there's less hallway than what it looks like on the floor plan. So the photos can do no justice when it comes to connecting the pieces of the room, and it gets a full sense of scale once it's on video. Number two is the emotional attachment. I'm telling you, the amount of times that I heard, hey, listen, Charles, I actually stopped my search and then I saw your video and I drove in from New Jersey. I practice real estate here in Manhattan. I drove in New Jersey, it's raining, I came in just to see this. Boom, they loved it, made an offer. Hey, listen, Charles, I actually was not looking for a duplex, but the way that you actually position this is actually pretty good because there is an access to the second floor and the first floor, which you can get to through elevators on the 9th floor and the 10th floor, which was not something they read in the description, but that I talked about on the video. There's this emotional attachment they also feel with the listing agent. When they walk in, they always say, you're the guy from the video. I go, yes, I'm the guy from the video. How's it going? They're like, I love the video. I have heard that so many hundreds of times based on the attachment that someone feels to the person that's actually giving the tour and the person that's showing them in person, where they'll point out something, oh, you said this on the video, you forgot to say it. Or, oh, this is actually bigger than what it was on the video, but I came here because of the video. So there's an emotional attachment that a well-shot buyer will feel connected before they even step into the property. It builds an urgency as well. Number three is it boosts online viability to be seen anywhere, globally, locally, whether just the spouse can go see it at an open house and then send it to someone who's at work, or the spouse is traveling, and only one person can actually go see it, or it's a second home. I'll give you an example, and I'll bring up a perfect example why this property, who I was just sent from someone who it's a second home area. It is in Utah. I'm not going to be specific because I'm friends with the person, but it's the owner, and they said, what do you think of this property? I said, this is a property that needs a video because the photos aren't good, the description isn't good, the whole area is in a beautiful mountainous region, and by the way, most people do not live there full time, so they're gonna have to say a drone shot to the mountain that they're gonna ski at, but also a walkthrough of what does this look like, because to be honest, it looks tiny, but you're telling me it's 2,500 to 3,000 square feet. So there's this whole notion when it comes to piecing together, but also that emotional connection, but also being able to view this remotely. You can send out the YouTube link. You could send out to people that are overseas, international, people that are at work, people that just don't have time and they just can't get the grasp from the photos or the description, so they see the video and they go, boom, this is it. Or what's even better is they say, this is not it. And I understand you're saying, no, I want as many people in there. No, no, no. The video attracts the people that are curious, not the ones that are like, oh, it has a balcony, I have young kids or a dog and I don't want a balcony, or I missed this on the floor plan or the photos, I'm glad this was brought up. The reason being is you only want viable people coming through, and the people that are curious, that piques their curiosity enough to come to an open house or a private showing. Moving on is that going back to that last point, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, I want as many people. No, you want to prioritize the right buyers. Whether that's on Zillow, StreetEasy, through an agent, or that's through advertisements, or you can click a QR code and go see the video. So it is all about prioritizing the buyers, not everyone. What the agent wants is everyone. What the owner wants is the prioritization of the right buyers going throughout their home. What I also wrote was, buyers feel more confident walking through a home they visually have already walked through remotely. In other words, there aren't really many surprises. In a photo, they could say, actually, the kitchen was totally staged and not what I expected. You hear this all the time, where it's doctored, the photos are doctored, the floor plan is totally just not accurate when it comes to the sizing or the paint colors or the depth of the living room or the size of the ceiling height or everything is within proportion of the agent. So as the agent is walking throughout the home, the buyer's also walking throughout the home. Yes, they are visually experiencing this remotely, but they're also walking through this with you when you do B-roll. So there's this whole experience where when they're in person, they're experiencing this really for the second time, not for the first time. So there's this familiarity where I might want to make an offer. And to be honest, the amount of homes that I've sold based solely on buyers who said, I came here for the video, I came here and made an offer just because of the video, is astronomical. That when I've started putting that out, probably in 2013, 2012, when nobody was doing it and everyone thought I was crazy and psycho, why are you doing video? The amount of sales I've done for them, it is incredible. Moving on. As I said before, it filters out unqualified buyers. You don't want people coming to your open house who are unqualified. You don't want them talking awfully about a home in front of other people when they're clearly not qualified, they're clearly not the buyer. You need to be selective through the video. You're essentially, as I wrote down, you are wasting the people's time who are serious going through private showings. You're wasting the owner, yourself, you're wasting your time cleaning up, leaving the house for a private showing when the video could have been like, actually, this isn't my property. This isn't what I'm looking for. So you're filtering out all the people through the video. I know that's not what agents want, but that's precisely what the owners need, is they need a pre-qualification through the video, not just the floor plan, 35 photos, and an awfully written description. Moving on, because I can just go through that, where you need those that are engaged, those that are interested buyers. Those are the only ones through. In a crowded marketplace, you must stand out. That is, say, the concrete of the video. You have to stand out. If you do not have a video and everyone has a video, no one is seeing your property. If no one has a video and your property has a video that's professionally made by someone who's actually outgoing, that property is going to be seen by the right qualified people. Your open houses will have more people. Your inquiries will have more people. Shares of the video to potential friends. Oh, listen, it's not right for me, but I know that my colleague is interested. Here's the video. Instead of just sending a Zillow or a StreetEasy link, okay, or a Realtor.com link, okay? Video, people are more willing to see that when they're interested. Not only that, as I wrote down here, is you're essentially immediately standing out on the first time they click the listing. When they click the listing, you have to hook them. You must hook them right then. New listing, they click on the link, they go to the listing. Once you lose them, you're done for potentially a while, or they'll save it, which I'm about to talk about. Saving is just for people that are curious, which is the next point, is that those are, again, unnecessary showings. Those that are curious, oh, I'm just curious, I'm not ready yet. Well, I have a video who walked through the entire property, told everything about the entire property in the highest regard that you didn't read through the description, because most buyers do, and most people did not truly pay attention and piece together through the floor plan and photos. So I have a whole video that I'm putting out there to familiarize, to only bring in qualified buyers, to stand out from the other listings, and also to make sure that buyers are walking in ahead of time, familiarized, and really walking through the second time. Continuing on, I already said it, remote buyers. This is easy to set up, obviously FaceTime, to do another another video. If someone who is not there, their spouse wants to take their own video, but they already have a second video. It's all about having a walkthrough on the entire property through the lens of what someone through their eyes would actually do. And the last thing is, it's expected. It's hands down the second on top of the foundation. You have to stand out, but it's expected. It's like not having windows on a house. Okay, at one time that was fine, but now we have windows on a house. On a listing, in your listing presentation that you're hearing from seller agents, and if you have it listed, especially now, they have to say, actually, here's the dozens and hundreds of videos that I have done for other homeowners that have sold the property. And let me tell you about 20 times that the video has led to sales directly because they told me they stopped viewing before they saw my video. They actually didn't want to come in, but saw my video, or it was cold and rainy and this is the only home they were going to see because they saw the video and came to the open house. As I wrote, you are outdated, you're undermarketed, and it's low value if you do not have a good video. And especially if the agent is not a good person on video. If they're boring, if it's photos with a awful song that just blends together like it's a 1998 wedding video that's, here it is, everybody, here's the birthday party. No, clicked off, not viewing, not inquiring, nothing. And here's the bonus that I'm going to throw in. If you have someone who is not good, and this is obviously going to ruffle feathers, leave the comments below. If you have someone who cannot or does not or sees the desire to not be on video, I also question how they're going to be good in showing the property. Because there's one thing to be able to talk to a camera, which is literally what I'm doing right now, which is just a lens and a stand-up camera on a tripod. I'm essentially talking to myself. There's an angle to be able to keep you interested to right now that is necessary in today's market. You have them hooked. They inquire because they like the listing. They are now really interested because of the video. It's also because of the agent and their interest within the agent because they're able to be amicable, likable, shareable, fun. I want to deal with this listing agent. I know who this listing agent is. They brought out their personality. I know what they look like. They're exciting, they're fun, they're energetic. That's the person I don't want to be in another showing with another forceful agent who's trying to put this into my face and force offers, even though I don't want to make any offers. I'm telling you, the buyers come from a totally different lens, not only from sellers, but most listing agents. Most listing agents make the video for themselves. But if you make the right video, not only do you bring in the right buyer, but you sell it quicker at a higher price, and you ensure that buyer walks in and is really good through the whole transaction because they're like, I like the listing agent from the beginning based on the video and how they actually toured the property. So I would love to know your thoughts below. I'd love to know if there's any topics you want me to cover. Obviously, subscribe to the content, which is going to be just mobile amounts of value when we go into this interesting market of AI, videos, social media content where people, they don't know how to use it. Most agents don't know how to use it. We've been using video for many years. We use it to our advantage. We use it to get the lowest prices for buyers, and we use it to get the highest prices for sellers. So if you're interested in any of that, our contact information is below. Until the next time, have a great day.